Hello students, today we are going to take second chapter of literature, which is a very interesting poem, A Little Grain of Gold, written by famous Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. And this poem is actually one of the songs from the most famous book of Tagore, that is Gitanjali, which was published in the year 1912. Now here I am giving the brief introduction about the author. Rabindranath Tagore was born on 1861 and died in the year 1941. He was born in Kolkata. He was the first Indian to win the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. He was a multi-talented person. He was a writer, musician, painter and educationist, a man of genius who wrote poems, short stories and critical essays. He composed our national anthem Jana Gan Man. He has been the founder of the world famous educational center, that is Shanti Niketan. His most famous work Gitanjali is a collection of songs offerings celebrating the glory of God. Children, here I am telling you the summary of the poem in brief. One day, a beggar was begging from door to door. At that time, he saw a golden chariot coming towards him. He thought that the owner of the chariot is very rich king. So he expects that the king will give him unlimited wealth and his miseries will come to an end. The chariot stopped in front of him, and the king came to him and asked him to give him what he had. The beggar slowly takes out the very tiny little grain of corn from his bag and gives it to the king. At the end of the day, the beggar returns to home and emptied his bag on the floor. To his great surprise, he found a very tiny little grain of gold in the heap of grains. He realizes his foolishness. He regrets that he could not give all he had to the king. He weeps bitterly and then realizes that the king is none other than God himself. God sometimes comes down to earth in disguise to check his devotees. Now, the dear children, here I am showing you the pictures of the poem. So, as you can see on the screen, now I am going to explain the poem A Little Grain of Gold. Let us begin with the first stanza. So this is the first stanza. I had gone a begging from door to door in the village path, when thy golden chariot appeared in the distance like a gorgeous dream. And I wondered who was this king of all kings. My hopes rose high, and methought my evil days were at an end. And I stood waiting for alms to be given unasked, and for wealth scattered on all sides in the dust. So in this paragraph, in this stanza, speaker is the poet, who is the beggar actually. The poet is begging himself and acting as a beggar. I refers to the first person here, and the whole poem is in first person. What is the poet telling? One day, while he was begging from one door to the other in the village path, he suddenly saw something unusual, something which was unexpected. At that place, a beautiful golden chariot appeared in the distance, like a gorgeous dream. Now, what is the meaning of chariot, children? It means an open vehicle with two wheels pulled by horses, used in ancient times. What unusual things happened that while he was begging in the village, suddenly the beggar saw a golden chariot appeared in front of him. Now, the word thy is naturally used in classical English or in old English for poetic purposes or for religious purposes. So, the word thy in the second line means your. Then your golden chariot appeared in the distance like a gorgeous dream. Gorgeous means very attractive and beautiful. And I wondered who was the king of all kings. I thought, who was the king of all kings? King of all kings refers to the Almighty God. So he almost felt that the God has came down on the earth in the beautiful golden chariot. My hopes rose high, and me thought my evil days were at an end. See the formation of sentence me thought. Instead of saying I thought, again it is the poetic formation, and here rose does not mean a rose flower. Actually it is the past tense of the verb rise. So rise high means rising high level. Here the beggar was very positive now and thought that my evil days were at an end. It means his evil days, his bad days or the days of poverty were soon now come to an end. And I stood waiting for alms to be given unasked for wealth. What are alms? It means money, clothes and food that are given to poor people. The donation or the charity that we give to the poor people is termed as alms. And it was given unasked means even without asking the king of God given wealth. Scattered on all sides in the dust. The money that is given by God is scattered. Scattered means spread on all sides in the dust. Dust here refers to the village path. Now you understood? The beggar is begging from door to door. Suddenly a golden chariot appeared in front of him, almost like a dream of beggar. And in the chariot who was riding? The King of Kings, means God. And the beggar was optimistic. He was full of desire and he thought soon his bad days comes to an end, because he thought that the king would give him a huge amount of wealth surely. Now move to the second stanza. The chariot stopped where I stood. Thy glance fell on me, and thou camest down with a smile. I felt that the luck of my life had come at last. Then of a sudden thou didst hold out thy right hand and say, what hast thou to give to me? Now the dear students, here the poet or the beggar describes his experience and says, I was standing and at that time the chariot also came. Do you know, children, who was there on the chariot? Yes, the king was there. Thy glance. Here again poetic formation. It is also known as archaic form. Thy, it means your, and thou means you. Here the king saw the beggar and came down from the chariot with a smile. Now what happened? The chariot stopped where the speaker or the beggar stood. Then he came down. Who is he? The king or the god from the chariot with a smile. And at that time the beggar felt that the luck of my life had come at last. It means finally he got a chance to bring a change in his life. He thought that all his adversities and problems are going to an end. But there is a turning point in line number 4 and 5. Then of a sudden thou didst hold out thy right hand. Here again thy and thou are given, which I explained you previously, and say, what hast thou to give to me? Suddenly what happened? Instead of receiving something from king, the king showed his hands to the beggar and said that, do you have something to give to me? It was a shock, a great shock, surprise for the beggar, because he never expected that the king will ask something from him. Next stanza. Ah, what a kingly jest! Was it to open thy palm to a beggar to beg? I was confused and stood undecided, and then from my wallet I slowly took out the least little grain of corn and gave it to thee. Aha, what a kingly jest! Jest means joke. Now we will see, children, what was the joke. Here the beggar says, who was the beggar, children? The poet. It was a big joke, a great joke, that the king is showing his hands to me for asking something. It was unexpected for him that a rich person was asking something from a beggar. So I was confused and stood undecided. It means he was confused. Who was he? Poet. And he was puzzled also and stood undecided. Undecided here means without any decision. Then after he took out something from his wallet. Wallet means a pouch or a bag. A little grain of corn and gave it to thee means you. You refers to here, thee refers to the king, the god. Now what happened in this stanza? The beggar was confused because the king started asking something from beggar, and therefore he was so much confused, and he gave a little grain of corn to the king because he was miser. Now children, let us move to the last stanza. But how great my surprise when at the days, and I emptied my bag on the floor to find a least little grain of gold among the poor heap. I bitterly wept and wished that I had the heart to give thee my all. Here the speaker says that at the end of the day, when he returned and emptied his bag on the floor, means ground, he was surprised. Why he was surprised, children? He saw a little grain of gold among other grains. So dear student, the poet or the beggar then realizes that he was not the king. He was not an ordinary person. He was God himself who came in hidden form or in disguised form. Then the beggar or the poet started weeping bitterly. Here bitterly means in a way that shows feelings of sadness or anger. Here he realized his mistake and wished that how nice if I had the heart of gold, so that I also could give to others people my possession, my wealth, like God gave to me. So dear students, what do we learn from this poem? Okay, I am telling you. The message is that we should understand the importance of giving instead of receiving. Now the children, here I have given the worksheet and it has 3 questions. First one, answer these questions. The first question, who is the speaker in the poem and whom is the poem addressed to? Second, what did the beggar see while begging? Third, what did the beggar hope to get? And fourth, who came down from the chariot? I hope these are the very simple questions that you can give the answer easily. So read the poem once again and try to give answers of these questions. Now question 2, complete the following lines. These lines are from the poem, so you have to find out that lines and complete this one. Number 3, make sentences. You have to make sentences on the following words: gorgeous, scattered, glance, wealth. Gorgeous means very attractive, scattered means spread, glance means look, and wealth means money. Take care.